Good morning, Coach. Congratulations. And I apologize for Fritzy saying that, bringing in all these transfers is dumb. We're proud of what
No,
you did. Congratulations.
no worries, Dan. Thank you for having me on.
How much sleep are we working with?
About an hour, and I think I closed my eyes for about 5 minutes a little bit ago in between interviews.
What kind of party did we have last night?
As soon as we got back to the hotel, and our staff kind of has a semi tradition where if we have any big moments, we walk back from the arena to the hotel, and that's just kind of our Rat Pack entourage moment. And we came to the hotel at what we thought was a small get together. It was several hundred people, and it felt a little bit like prom, where you're taking pictures and shaking hands and whatnot. But it was great just to see everyone under one roof.
Has it hit you yet?
No, not at all. I'm not sure that it will.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, I don't know like, there's no more games. So is it just going to hit you out of nowhere and you go, I'm a national champion?
Well, Dan, I think once we have our roster put together for next year, I've been on calls and Zooms already this morning. The transfer portal opened again at 12:01 last night, and we have some holes in our roster that we must fill. And so, credit our staff; they hold me accountable, and they've had some stuff set up this morning. So we've been hitting the ground running.
Were you working the transfer portal after winning the championship when you guys are celebrating?
We actually contemplating doing a Zoom at 12:01, knowing how much media we were going to have and how many hours that would take. I think it was about 2 o'clock, and I said, "Are we still doing a Zoom?" And the staff said, "No, that ship passed," and so we just waited till this morning.
Take me into halftime. Got a small lead, but what is your message to your team?
Our message was that things weren't going great. We weren't making shots. Yaxel was frustrated with his play, and we were up 4 points against a team that is conditioned to win as any team that we faced in the last couple of years. And so we were optimistic that if we found a little bit of offensive rhythm, then we could find a way to at least tie or lose by no less than three the second 20 minutes.
And I brought this up a couple of times yesterday that unless you've shot in a big arena and the depth perception, it's really hard to get acclimated to that. And this was one of the worst shooting percentages for a national title game we've had in a long, long time. How much of a role do you think it played that you're playing in, these cavernous stadiums now?
Well, we shot the heck out of it on Saturday, so we felt good about preparation. I think it had more to do with UConn's defense, the
Okay.
physicality of the game, and just two determined basketball teams that were fighting tooth and nail, just trying to figure out a way to win. And they did a great job of controlling the tempo of the game, of forcing us to play at their pace. And they had us in a rock fight.
Any added, I don't know what the word would be, that you did it in Indianapolis after, being at Indiana under Bob Knight?
Well, it's actually probably a little bit more distracting because we're trying to accommodate a lot more people because of proximity. But just as I've said repeatedly, it's just a full circle moment. As a young kid, my mom would bring me up to these clinics at the Final Four, the Yes clinics, and these basketball clinics where the college coaches back then were actually working stations and teaching us how to shoot and dribble the ball when we're in elementary school. Things have changed a lot in that regard. And then also in 2000, a group of us managers came up here because we could commute, and just we were trying to network and meet any coach to make any connection that we could to find a way to gain a spot in college basketball, and literally any spot, volunteer GAs. Those are the jobs we were looking for.
He's Dusty May, Michigan head basketball coach. But you survived Bob Knight and thrived,
Yes.
but you survived. But give me your Bob Knight. I had my moments with him, good and bad. I've been yelled at before by him, but I'm sure you have as well. So your favorite Bob Knight story as a student manager is what?
There are several. Probably my favorite one now. I can tell this because Coach has passed. God rest his soul. our job was so menial that his wife Karen wanted to have more grass in their backyard at their house in Ellisville, and Coach Knight refused to cut down any trees. And so Coach was on a fishing trip or recruiting trip, I can't remember now, and we got a call from Karen that a couple of us were subpoenaed out to the house, and we had no idea we had no idea what for, and I don't know why this story just came to me. I've never told it before. And we go out to the house, and she had had several trees removed all the way down to the stump or to the ground, and we had to figure out a way to get the sawdust and any any residue from those trees out of the yard before Coach Knight came home. So we literally had rakes, and we were picking up sawdust with our bare hands, so Coach Knight wouldn't notice. Hopefully, wouldn't notice that any of his trees had been removed while he was on a hunting trip.
Jay Billis was on last hour, and he said to ask you about the different drinks and food that Coach Knight, like Dr. Pepper lemonade.
No, Dr. Pepper and chocolate milk. This is
no, it's
Coach
even worse.
Coach Knight was ahead of his time in many regards with analytics, with teaching pedagogy. But this was Chocola before Chocola or Yahoo. It had the soda taste with a chocolate milk flavor, and it was ingenious.
Take me back to last year when you're trying to put this team together, and you're trying to do it with players all over the country. So give me the recipe for that philosophy of what you were doing.
Yeah, well, we take the job at Michigan, and the first day I arrive on campus, there's maybe six or seven guys in the locker room, and almost the entire team had already entered the transfer portal just because of the timing of these moves. And my first call was to Coach Howard to find out who he felt like was worth investing in as we tried to build our program and continue the legacy of the past teams.
But you don't take it personally, Dusty, that you go in and you realize most of the team is in the transfer portal?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
I wanted to get to know those guys. I wanted them to get to know me, and even the players that we identify are guys that we would love to keep. We tell them, don't make any rash decisions. Just give us some time, and let's get on the court together. Let's spend some time. Let's go have lunch. And because these college years are I mean, a lot has been said about the portal and all this other stuff, but 18 to 23, 18 to 22 are such informative years for any of this that have changed as much as I did at that stage. And so we just want to make sure it's the right fit at the right stage of their careers and their development. And so we never take it personal. And so we decided to try to keep several of them, and finances, we didn't have hardly any money. Finances wouldn't allow us to keep very many. And then luckily Vlad Golden chose to join us from FAU. And shortly thereafter, we got Danny Wolf because of his family connections to Michigan and his desire to play at the highest level in preparation for the NBA coming from Yale. So we had a couple foundational pieces, a couple returners from the previous Michigan group that had institutional knowledge. And from there, we were able to build out and really set an identity and culture in year one.
Is Michigan a football school or a basketball school?
It's an everything school, but I have no issue saying that football is incredibly important at Michigan. There's 110,000 people that gather on our campus every single Saturday to watch high level football, to celebrate everything that comes with the University of Michigan, and we've piggybacked on that. Our first game at Michigan, there's probably 3,500 people. And I can't remember the last time we played in front of a crowd that wasn't a sellout, and they didn't bring great energy. So people love the university. They obviously appreciate a certain style of play as far as tenacity and teamwork. And so we're proud to be in a place where they celebrate all sports.
What's the sweatshirt? What's the logo on your sweatshirt?
It's the throwback Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the old school.
Okay. Did you get advice from the Fab Five? Did they want to help you with coaching?
Actually, they've been very, very helpful. And I've told them, and I've told the media, that other than Michael Jordan in my lifetime, they've changed the culture of our sport for the better more than any other team, group, or individual. And it's a point of pride for us to represent those guys. I was actually on a show with them the other day, and they put me on the spot. They asked me which Fab Five was my favorite, and being an Indiana guy that always loved the Pacers, I had to go with Jalen.
Yeah. He'll be joining us next hour.
Yeah, that's great. And he still does a lot for Detroit. He's very respected in our area.
You know, sacrifice, the voice, it looks like it's gone for a little while. So hopefully you get some time to You sound a little like Tom Izzo. That's a seasoned voice.
Yeah, that he set the standard for all of us young coaches as far as pouring into our guys in our sport. And yeah, it's my voice doesn't carry it well normally, and especially after a game like last night.
Congrats, Dusty. It's a great story, and good luck.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate having me on.
That's Dusty May.